Hola, buen día. Today we're going to talk about how to use the verb estar. And that estar means like I am and you are, and how to talk about our feelings. So in other words, we're going to answer the question, ¿Cómo estás? Let's get going. Make sure you take notes as you go on a piece of paper. I know you're new to my class, but taking notes with the pencil and paper, I don't really care how messy your handwriting is. That's fine as long as you can read it. That's the important part. But that action of writing something down with your hand on a piece of paper creates a much more solid connection in your brain. So I know a lot of you might want to just screenshot things. That's not going to help you learn. By writing something down, it's like you looked at it 7 times. So please write your assignments down, your notes down, just like you would do with a building class, in your notebook. You should have a special notebook just for Spanish. Write your notes down in your notebook. If you need to pause the video to write things down, go ahead and pause it. Make sure you're taking notes as we go along. Okay, with a pencil or paper or pen on a piece of paper. Making those connections, writing those down makes a physical connection from your hand to your brain, and that's what language does. It's kind of rewiring your brain. So that's what we're trying to do right now. And just by looking at it won't make you learn as fast. So I really want you to write these words and their meanings down and write the notes as we go. Super important that you do that. We're going to interact with the language. All right, so make sure you have your notebook out, writing utensil, y vamos a ver. So we're going to talk about feelings. And we've talked about a little bit so far. You've had to do a web quest and look up some words and pictures and emojis about feelings. And so here are some of our words. So if I say estoy, that means I am. Like I am feeling. Yo estoy bien. I'm well. I'm doing good. Estoy muy bien. So here's bien. Estoy muy bien. I'm doing very well. Muy meaning very. Not mucho. Mucho is a lot. I know a lot of people you've heard Spanish here and there. Mucho means a lot. So if I say estoy mucho bien, it's like I'm a lot of good. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So estoy muy bien. I'm doing very well. No muy bien. No muy bien. I'm not very well. Estoy mal. I'm doing bad or poorly. Mal. And our A's in Spanish are always ah sound. Ah. Estoy muy mal. Doing very bad. Very poorly. Just having a bad day. Estoy muy mal. And then we have these 2 words here. And sometimes it looks longer and you're like, nervioso. Nervioso. So if you sound out words, that's cool in Spanish is if you say all your vowels, you're going to pronounce your words correctly. So just remember how to pronounce your vowels. E says e, I says e, and O says o. Nervioso. And then we have nerviosa. If you're describing a girl, that is going to be an A ending. Yo estoy nerviosa. But Juan, he's a boy, would be nervioso. Él está nervioso. So if you're a boy, describe yourself as nervioso. If you're a girl, you describe it as nerviosa. That's how we work. That's how those adjectives in Spanish work. Feliz doesn't end in an O or A, so we don't need to change it. Estoy feliz. Triste. That's sad. Doesn't end in an O or A, so it doesn't need to change. Estoy triste. Estoy triste. Yeah. Solo. O for a boy, A for a girl. Estoy sola. Lonely. Estoy cansado. Cansada. Right? So cansado would be a boy, tired. Yo estoy cansada. I am feeling tired. Notice I'm always talking about estoy. Yo estoy cansada. I am feeling tired. Estoy enfermo. I am feeling sick. I wouldn't say enfermo. I would say yo estoy enferma. Feeling sick. And then if you're just having a like an okay day. Estoy más o menos. More or less. Más is more, menos is like minus or less. Estoy más o menos. Feeling more or less. All right, take a chance. If you need to write these down somewhere, if you need to pause because you can't write as fast as I can talk, that's fine. Pause your video and take the notes. And then play again, and we'll go to the next slide. All right, we're going to talk about estar with feeling. So we need to say, we talked about yo estoy, I am feeling. We need to talk about everybody else. So if I said, ¿Cómo estás tú? Remember we have tú from earlier on last week, meaning you, an informal you. And then, ¿Cómo está usted? Meaning you as a formal way of you. Look at the difference here. Estás, oops, sorry. Estás, and an AS. Estás tú. Está usted. They have different endings. So, estoy goes with yo. Está goes with usted. Estás goes with tú. Just like in English, we have I am, you are, he is, she is. So we change it as well in English. That changing of a verb to make it go with the right person is called conjugation. We're going to learn more of that in the future. Just so that you know, we will be changing the verb so that it matches the person who's doing the action. That is called conjugation. Right now, we're just going to be memorizing this verb, estar, and which one goes with each one. All right. So we have, ¿Cómo estás tú? How are you? And I have the tú in parentheses because you don't always need the tú because we know estás can only go with tú. ¿Cómo estás tú? How are you? ¿Cómo está usted? How are you feeling? Like if it's a formal to somebody who's more respected, older than you, not a peer, a boss, anybody would be usted. Your teacher, president, great-grandparent, those would all be usted. Yo estoy. I am feeling. I shouldn't say feelings. I am feeling. Yo estoy. I'm feeling bien. Él está. Oops, this is a mistake. I apologize. Hold on. This should be not you. This should be he. Excuse me. He, and this should say also his. I don't know. Oh, maybe this should just. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. Whew, now I fixed it. All right. It should say tú estás, and then that's you are. Excuse me, because we have el está down here. So tú estás goes with you are. Remember, we did that up here. Tú estás, you are, informal. Ella está, she is. Ella means she. Ella está. Ella está bien. Ella está nerviosa. She's nervous. Ella está cansada. She is tired. So remembering that ella is a girl, and if you're whatever feeling that has, if it ends in an O or an A, it should be an A. And then él está mal. He's having a bad day. Él está mal. He's having a bad day. That's he is and how his feelings are. And then we have nosotros. Looks long. Not too hard to say, actually. No. So. Tros. If you just block it into little sections, little chunks. Nosotros. Nosotros. Estamos. We are. And how we're feeling. Nosotros estamos bien. Nosotros estamos felices. We're happy. Then ellos or ellas is están. So if there's more than one, a bunch of people like they, it goes with están. You're going to need to write those down. We're going to match just practicing in just a second. But I want you to notice this. Look at this word, ella. And ellos. Ellas. What did you notice about that double L? How am I pronouncing? Am I saying Ella? No, I'm not. I'm not saying Ellos either. Notice that the double L actually has its own name. It used to be noticed, like recognized as its own letter, but then they were like, well, actually it is two letters, but we're going to call it, it has its own name, and it's called the ella. And it's pronounced ya. So this ella, E-L-L-A, is pronounced ya, ella. And then E-L-L-O-S is pronounced ellos, ellos. That double L says ya. When we have pronunciation checks, remember that. Stop and just say it to yourself. Ellos, ellas. Double L's, always in Spanish, say ya. Sometimes they say ja, almost like a SH with a Y together, depending on what country you're from, but it never says oh. It never ever makes that L sound. When there's a double L, it's always ya or ja. All right, let's practice matching our form of estar, I am, you are, he, she is, to the correct person. All right. Yo, tú, I, you, él, ella, and usted, he, she, and that formal kind of you, nosotros, and ellos, and ellas, and then they, we and they. Which one? Draw some lines. Can you draw some lines? Or even if you want to stop and practice, which one? Don't go straight across. There is a matching going on here. Can you try to match them up in your notes? Draw it out, copy it, draw some lines, pause. Okay, before we go on, I want to take a chance. Look at this big thing, Y. The letter Y by itself is actually its own word. And I need you to put that in your notes as well. That word, E, means and. It's pronounced E. So if I said, estoy bien, ¿y tú? E. That Y, you just say E. Estoy bien, ¿y tú? I'm doing well. I'm feeling well. And you? So, and is pronounced E in Spanish. Super easy word, right? It's just one letter. E. Very easy word to remember. It's just a Y and it means E. All right, so let's check your answers with our matching. How did you do? Yo estoy. Tú estás. Él está. Ella está. Usted está. They're all the same. Él está. Ella está. Usted está. Notice that they're all just one person. And they're not me or you. So these are third person singular. They all say está. Nosotros estamos. Ellos están and ellas están. All right, let's look at a conversation quickly. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Estoy cansado. Adiós. Hasta luego. So first of all, let's look. ¿Cómo estás? What are they asking? Yes, they're asking, how are you? And the person says, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Doing well. How about you? And the person here says, estoy cansado. They're tired. Adiós. Goodbye. Hasta luego. See you later. So this is our conversation about how are you feeling. Remember this E, tú is and you. All right. And then I have one last slide to copy down here. This is going to help you also. This is called a verb house, and we're not going to use it a lot yet this quarter. We'll kind of use it in the second and fourth quarter in our last section towards the end of our class. But we do need to know it because it's going to help you know. If I said yo estoy, nosotros estamos, that's first person. I know you in language arts or in communications, in they talk to you about first person, second person, third person. First person is talking about I, myself, and we. Second person is talking about you. And then everybody else is third person. So if it's third person, it's always está. Even if I'm talking about a dog or a cat or a book. Books don't have feelings, but dogs can be nervous, right? El perro está nervioso. And then they is also, this is singular, one on this side, and this is plural on this side. So this is plural third person, they. And then you all, they are, and you all are. So write this also. It'll also help you remember which one goes with which person goes with which form of estar. And there'll be a quiz at the end of the week. So you're going to have to practice. Yo goes with